Okay, what's up? Well, I give up. Now, let me see if I can loosen this up a little bit. There we go. I have to do another one for myself because I keep buying the damn things. Actually, I got to move this whole thing over. A little bit more. Why I'm moving it over is because there's a track here, and I didn't want to have to worry about trying to make it flat where we got a track, you know, for the slide or the square or whatever you want to call that thing. All right, now I've cut the vinyl. What I've been noticing though is, now I'm using enamel. I don't want to use a lacquer, that's for sure. But what I've been noticing is that if I leave the paint on a little too long, it starts to lift the vinyl. Starts to curl it. Now I think I showed you once before how that worked. And when it does that, it takes away from the sharp line that you're trying to achieve. So you either got to kind of time it really good, or pray for the best. So what I'm doing here is I'm just covering up some of this stuff to make it a little less vulnerable. We don't want it to. I'll put some tape on it as well because, again, when you spray, the pressure from the spray wants to lift the ends, which makes it hard. So anyway, as I was saying, it wants to lift the vinyl. And again, you'll end up with an uneven line. Even though you're trying with the clear, that's the purpose of the clear basically, is to help with that and help prevent it from happening. So we're using the clear for that reason. To kind of seal it so it doesn't run. Because we don't want it to run on the material. So that's why we're using the clear. The clear will kind of seal it somewhat so it doesn't bleed, so that the black doesn't bleed. I think I got that down to a pretty good science. So what I'm going to try to do, what I was thinking of doing, it's not going to hurt, I doubt. I am going to first give it a light coat of clear before I even put the vinyl on it. So I'm one step ahead of the game. And we'll see from there what actually happens. Now because I'm doing it for myself, and it really doesn't make too much of a difference, because from a distance it's hard to tell if it's straight or not. You know, you're not going to see little runs. However, I don't want the little runs or the little bleeds. So let me shake this up and I'll be right back. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to give it a little mist. I'm not going to go crazy here. I don't want to go nuts. I'm just going to do it a little bit from all angles because we don't want to end up with anything here that may be a little off. Alright, and while that's drying, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pick the vinyl. Alright. I'm chewing on a cookie here, I'm sorry. A ginger snap. Anyway, this feels different once I sprayed it, it has a little bit better feel to it, which is good. You also want to make sure you have something hard under it. So I got a piece of starboard under there right now, but I also have towels down because I want to make sure that it didn't get dirty, because I am working on a table saw, which is filthy. So you want to protect it from the dirt as well. But I do have a piece of starboard under it, which allows me to get a good press down to make sure that they're stuck. Now, I'm going to give it another light spray with the clear. See, this is where you kind of got to act kind of quick, but not so quick that you're not giving it time to dry. So you don't want to put heavy coats. Put a couple of light coats back to back. You know, a few seconds, 30 seconds, a minute apart, and wait another minute or so before you start with the black or whatever color you're going to use. Now hopefully you're hearing me and the camera is not blotting out the audio because of the shaking of the clear. Because now this is what will help, or not help, what will raise the lettering on me, the vinyl. And again, if that happens, then it's going to start giving me a dirty line. Now I want to kind of get a light coat from both sides, and I'm going to just let it sit. That's kind of it. Now I want to let it sit just a little bit because I don't want it to run, but I can't let it sit for long because it will start lifting the vinyl. I would recommend, if you're ever going to try this, try it on a piece of the same material but a piece of scrap, so that you can get an idea on the time and how things are. But so far I kind of like it when I sprayed this first with the clear before I even put the vinyl on it, because it almost already gave me some type of a protected barrier, so to speak, to help prevent it from running. Now what I sprayed on there already is probably okay for me to start. Yeah, it's pretty near dry. So let me start doing some black. Whoa! Oh, did you see what I almost did? Ho 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 ho! I almost screwed up. Yeah! We don't want any of this other green showing now, do we? Because that will be a disaster. Should have thought about that first now. That's what I should have done. I'm going to have to take it all the way up, so I don't have to worry about it. I'll put one more right here. Alright. Whoa, that was close, huh guys? Like I say, a little at a time. I always found by giving multiple of thin coats, dustings, you know, like tack coats, that I've always got a better finish. Even when I painted, you know, like the John Deere and things like that. Cars, you really, it's a hit and miss because you got to try to make sure everything is even. But But when you're doing little things, it doesn't hurt just to do a couple tack coats, you know, over and over again. Alright, and that's it. I'm not going to do any more. So I'm going to put all the paint away. You know what would probably work a lot better? I was just thinking of this. If they make a spray dye, I would still use the clear paint to protect it, you know, so that the dye doesn't run. But that might work too. I don't know. I don't know. See, I know how paint reacts. I don't know how dye would react. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to let that sit for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I'll come over and I'll do this every now and then. And if I get a little black stuck on me, I won't bother with it. As soon as I get a chance where I can touch it, which will probably be about 3 or 4 minutes, I should be okay. And then I'll turn on and lift it off.